Hi Capricorn, it is October, so this is an October reading for you, and I hope that it resonates. If it does, please like, share, subscribe, or comment, and if not, I appreciate you watching the video anyway. Uh, I just laid out the cards, so give me just 1 second. Well, I'll just go ahead and start talking. Um, because I thought it was interesting right away. You have Well, give me just 1 second. You have the Chariot on the bottom of the deck too, by the way. Chariot card. So I feel like you're kind of having to tap in to your strength and intuition to go through some sort of transformation in this period. To I feel like you have that in spades, really. Like I feel like you're stable, that you're grounded, that you're in authority and actually becoming stronger. Because you have, I'm kind of reading this like you would a book or something where it's left to right, down, up to down. And then, so we go through the King of Wands to the King of Swords to the Emperor, which is just like the next level up. And I feel like it wasn't too long ago that you were not even to the level of the king, most likely. And you've been having to follow this path that you couldn't always see, and you're just kind of having to trust that things are developing in the right way and that you are developing in the right way, even though you couldn't always see that you were developing. Even you couldn't, not only could you not necessarily see the path, you couldn't necessarily see yourself as you took the steps on that path, if that makes sense. Like you couldn't, you were just too close to properly gauge how things were unfolding. And I have the sense that you probably, at various times, mistakenly viewed yourself as not having progressed very far on the path, that you were not actually making progress. I'm thinking of the Temple Path card right now on the Energy Oracle deck, which is very much about the spiritual path and how it's kind of a winding, unclear, confusing thing. And I think of the path on the Moon card here right in the center of the reading in the same way a lot of the times, of just like not being able to see it properly, and that as you progress, things look differently at different points on the path. So it might look one way 1 minute, and you feel like you've made progress, and then a few minutes later you're just like, I feel like I can still see where I started, and I'm not really doing anything. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of peaks and valleys. And sometimes it's like that. Things can be misleading in terms of distance. A mountain can look a lot closer than it actually is. So if you started on a mountain and then you end up on a mountain thousands of miles away, you might, maybe not thousands, but hundreds of miles away, you can still look back and see the same peak and go, well, if I can still see that, then it must, I haven't walked very far, but I feel like you really have, and I feel like you're coming into a time where you're going to be able to see more clearly that you have, and you're going to more embody this development and earned wisdom and have an elevation in status. I think that you've given your energy to the appropriate things, and it's just, you're going to start seeing more of the fruit of the labor that you've put in. Things are going to come more into balance. I feel like your outer world is going to become more reflective of a lot of this the interchanges. And maybe that's a part of why things have been a little bit confusing and unclear, is that maybe the response that you've gotten from people and the situations that you've faced as you've gone along this path haven't really changed that much, and it's been kind of disheartening at times. And again, kind of reinforce this idea of, I haven't really made a lot of progress. I'm still kind of where I was, and you're not really seeing yourself clearly. And I feel like this process that you're going through right now is the process of what you see in yourself being more in alignment with where you actually are. Like, you will see yourself clearly, and as you see yourself more clearly, I think that other people are going to see you more clearly too, and there's going to be more of a sense of appreciation. Yeah, I just want to check again at the bottom of the deck, but I remember it is the Chariot card. So I think that you're going to have more free, your will is going to become more clear to you. Because when you're unsure of yourself, frequently you become more reactive to other people's energy. And I feel like as you become more grounded in who you are, you will have more willpower, because you'll be less reactive to the energy of other people. And it's just not going to take away from your ability to move freely and make decisions that you want to make. Whereas if you aren't seeing yourself clearly and you're seeing yourself as less developed than you are, you give a lot more of that authority away. And one thing that I'm definitely seeing here for you is authority over yourself. And authority over yourself grants you just more authority in situations. And I don't necessarily mean that you have more authority over other people or something like that. You can just go around telling other people what to do. Although that is often true too. It's just not something that you do if you have integrity. You don't abuse your power. And I don't think that you are necessarily in danger of doing that, but it's something, since it came up, I'm going to say that it's something for you to be aware of. That's not the proper application of the authority that you're being granted. It's important that you don't abuse it. It's important that you respect it, and that you respect yourself, and that you respect other people, and that you don't use it to bolster yourself up in a kind of prideful, arrogant, manipulative way, we'll say. So I mentioned in a reading earlier, and I saw that there are a couple of 8s out here already, because my birthday is 8/8, and frequently when I do readings, 8s come out in pairs. It's a weird thing that I've noticed. And one reading that I did earlier today had 2 sets of 8s come out in pairs, and then I just pulled out the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. I feel like this is saying that information is coming to you that is going to free you from feelings of restraint that you're experiencing. I feel like you have a lot of anxiety and just feel held back. And maybe that's something that you've been going through for a while. But this really supports what I've been saying, especially like the 3 of Cups really supports the idea that other people will see you differently and have a deeper sense of appreciation for you and what you are bringing to the table. And I feel like this period of restraint and anxiety is going to come to an end. So I'm going to shuffle the Energy Oracle deck really quickly. I've done that already, but I'm going to shuffle a couple more times and pull a few final cards to see if there's any further clarity that they want to bring to this reading. And then we'll close it out. Thinking Man on the bottom of the deck. And the cards that have come out here are deceit, patience, and financial constraint. So I feel like you're still in this to an extent. Like, I really get the vibe that things have started to develop in a positive way, but you're still, to some extent, like this 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords really support this, and then the deceit and financial constraint cards are just like, you're not completely out of the woods yet, and it's going to require some patience, but you have what it takes to get through it. Man holding a coin, community. Totally. I feel like this man holding a coin addresses the financial constraints, and the community addresses the deceit card, and it talks about how these situations will develop. Where you have financial constraint, that energy is going to be replaced with one of more material stability, and where people around you might be deceitful and self-serving, that will be replaced by a network of people that you can actually trust and depend on and rely on, and they're going to see you and value you and offer you genuine support. And actually, it's like, so the last tarot card I pulled is the 3 of Cups, and then the last Energy Oracle card I pulled, it was Community. And I see these cards. It's cool because there are several cards in this Energy Oracle deck that kind of mirror something in the tarot. So when they come out this way, I really like it. And like, both of these cards have 3 women who seem to be valuing. The 3 of Cups is very much about community and happy, healthful, emotional connections, and that's very much the vibe of this community card. And I mean, I just feel like that is the direction that you're heading in. I feel like there is some remnant energy of like disappointment and anxiety and more the energy of where you've been, but everything indicates that you're actually moving through it, and it is going to soon be replaced by much more positive, much more helpful situations and people. So I hope that that resonates with you, Capricorn. It's a very positive reading, and I hope that you have a good month. Take care of yourself. Bye.